Hello, welcome back again. We're at Marion Enterprise Baptist Church, 130 Orton Street. We're going to talk with Johnny today. He's going to share his testimony and what God's done for him. So take a minute, introduce yourself, tell us about yourself.
John Cole. I'm actually our pastor Jim McIntyre's son-in-law, married to his middle daughter Lisa.
How long have you been going to church here?
Here since Lisa and I met, so probably off and on around 2011 as we were dating, and then probably full-time there right around when we got married, so 2015.
Okay. So Johnny, I guess I call him Johnny. I don't know if you prefer John or Johnny, but
Either.
he's one of the quiet guys in our church, but he does a good job. He runs sound system for us, which is hugely important. So we appreciate that. So tell me today, I've heard your story, or at least part of your story. Tell me the story about what God's done for you, where he's brought you from. Tell us about, take us clear back to the beginning. Tell us about any addictions you had and how that started.
Well, I've always gone to church. I started out going to Iberia United Methodist with my grandma and grandpa. And then, kind of high school, that era, still went with them, but slowly drifted away. Came back when I met Lisa and had been going to church. I've always been a believer, but about 2020, of course, 2020 hit everybody hard, but right around 2020-ish, started dabbling with alcohol. And it wasn't anything major. Didn't think it would be anything major. Just off and on, here and there. And then my wife and I went through some issues, which, life just got heavy. And that led to more drinking. Would have been probably 2022, 2023, somewhere in that general vicinity. I was drinking heavily. I was driving cement truck and got a DUI in a parked car at a local fishing spot. So cost me my CDL. Ended up having to find a temporary job until my boss at the time could find me a position back with the Ready Mix company. Thankfully, he did find a position, so I was able to still continue to work for the same company. But then a year or two later, I lost that job, which caused even more drinking. It was a battle. Life just got big, and even though I knew I shouldn't turn to it, I turned to alcohol instead of God. He's brought me through more than I deserve, and I should have known, but it was just a moment of weakness. That alcoholism led me to extensive hospitalization and treatment. The doctor literally looked at me and said, I don't know how you're alive. I was going through the DTs so bad that I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything on my own. I couldn't even write my name. For anybody that's going through alcoholism or knows an alcoholic, like, the one thing that I can say is be there for them. Alcohol isn't thought of as a drug, but it is the worst drug out there because it is so readily available. And those withdrawals were the worst thing that I can even describe. I remember laying in the hospital bed and I looked over at my stepmom and Lisa, I believe, was in the room with me. It's still kind of fuzzy, but like asking them if they had a projector in the hospital room, because I was hallucinating and seeing stuff on the walls as I'm just laying in the hospital bed. I remember laying in the hospital bed, and I mean, I'm flat on my back, but it felt like I was looking straight down at the floor. My head felt like it was 900 pounds. There was one night, or it might have even been during the day, but the air conditioners at a hospital, when they kick on, it sounds like running water. If anybody's been in one, you kind of know. And I hallucinated that my hospital room was filling up with water. Panicked, attempted to get out of the hospital bed, somehow managed to do that, and took off running down the hallway, basically hysterical that my room was flooding. Fell on my face. Doctors had to help me back into the room. They put the bed alarm on, and yeah, I mean, it's an absolute mess. After I got out of the hospital, got checked into First Step Recovery, which is here in Marion. I was a little leery at first because I didn't think I needed it. You know, it was just like, oh, I had a little battle with alcohol, blah, 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 I'll be fine. After going through First Step and the stuff that they taught me, I would highly recommend it to anybody going through that battle. It's hard. It's incredibly hard because for 3 months I was away from Lisa and McKenna. I forget the time frame, but it was after the first 2 or 3 weeks I was able to call them for 10 minutes a day. And that was all I would get. But while I was in there, I mean, they teach you multitudinous things that help on your journey. And it's not just for alcohol and alcoholism, alcoholics. It was everybody. But that was the one thing, you know, and when I came out on the other side, I said, never again will I do it. You know, the Lord has brought me through that. He's seen me through. I got a pacemaker when I was 24. I know He's not done with me. And if sharing this will help anyone, you know, I hope that's truly the case.
So let me ask you, do you go to any meetings?
I used to. I haven't here as of late, but I used to, yeah.
Do this comparison for me. So anything that helps in the process is a great thing. But I would guess, and I could be wrong, you tell me if I am, that part of the reason you don't go as often is because you're probably getting a lot more from the Lord that helps you fill those voids. Talk to me about that.
Well, I think during the time that, you know, I was an active alcoholic, I wasn't able to see much past, you know, that drink. And now, you know, I'm being shown how much I've truly got, you know, what I'm capable of. He has opened my eyes to who I truly am, where the alcohol was blinding me of that.
So, do you feel like that in your relationship with God, do you feel like there was a turnaround point for you?
Yeah, in all honesty, I really do think that it was during, you know, that recovery process that, you know, He came and truly shown me. Like I've always believed, but during that time in my life, I had almost felt like, you know, why was I forgotten type of a thing. But through the recovery, you know, He had to bring me through that incredibly hard time to let me know, hey, I'm still here. Like I had just become completely, blinders on, seeing what's right in front of me, not everything that he's doing for me behind the scenes. And so he had to put that straight in front of me and he had to show me like, I'm still here. I've got you.
Okay. Anything else you want to share?
Biggest thing is for anybody out there that's going through this, seek help. It might seem easy, and I thought it myself when I was going through it, like, oh, I can handle it. I can do this. It's easy to say you can do it on your own, but it's not easy. My uncle on my mom's side went through the exact same thing, and he battled years and years and years. And it cost him his wife, it cost him his daughter. Don't let that be you if you're going through this battle. Seek help, seek the Lord. He will see you through.
All right, great. So I think it's safe to say, I'll speak for you again if I can. My relationship with Johnny, I think I can safely say this. If you find yourself coming by 130 Ord Street and stop in Marion Enterprise Baptist Church, if you happen to look in the sound booth at the back of the church and you see Johnny and you're looking for somebody to reach out to that maybe would understand what you're going through, I'm sure he would be happy to help you.
And the meetings that I went to in the groups that really helped me in my beginning of the journey, it was actually Celebrate Recovery. Yes, CR, Celebrate Recovery.
So thank you again for watching. Stay tuned. There'll be more wonderful testimonies of what God's done for people. Everybody's struggling with something. And if we share those testimonies, we can help others to know that we can be victorious through the Lord. God bless you.